There are stories about you, and dark tidings in Dawnstar.
What do you need?
Been a while since... I've got plenty of good merchandise for you. Why don't you take a look at some of my merchandise and we'll see what kind of a deal we can make. Do me a favor. If you speak to Maven, tell her everything's well at hand down here, okay?
Brought me more than some firebrand. Just remember me if you get your hands on anything else.
If you've got the time to... Why don't you take a look at some of my merchandise and we'll see what kind of a deal we can make. Hurry back and bring more merchandise.
What brings you to trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing? Do me a favor. If you speak to Maven...
Come to sell me. Just remember me if... Get your hands on anything else. Take a look. Remember me if you get your hands on your usual guild rate. Let's take a look at them. Just remember me if you get your hands on anything else.
Divines bless you. May the ground you walk quake as you pass.
What have you got for me today? Take a look. Do me a favor. If you speak to Maven, tell her everything's well at hand down here, okay?
You know about Talos? He founded the Empire. We're the only temple in Skyrim that can openly worship Talos.
You need
Blessings
anything,
of
come see
Arcadia
me.
upon you.
I'm as resourceful as I am discreet. I have a lot of respect for Anbar's Frendar, but his views are a little extreme.
I'm no fan of the sun. It could be better than this.
I've got all sorts. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing. Hurry back, and...
Let's get indoors. Or in a cave. Anywhere, just out of this.
Yeah, you need something?
Sorry, lass. I've got important things to do. We'll speak another time.
Welcome to the cozy little family. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing. All right then.
Welcome to the cozy little... Take a look. All right, then.
Sorry, lass. I've got important thing. Sorry, lass. I've got important things to do. We'll speak another time.
Let's see what you have for me to... Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that. Hurry back, and bring more merchandise.
Assorted fruits and vegetables, all delicious.
What brings you to... Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Do me a favor, if you speak to Maiden...
Divines bless you. May the ground you walk quake as you pass.
Come to sell me. Take a look. Just... Remember me if you get your hands on anything else. I'm hearing good things about the guild through the grapevine.
Divines bless you. May the ground you walk quake as you pass.
Ah, you're... brought me more than some
good
firebrand
things
about... Guilds was a grapevine. Just remember me if you get your hands on anything else.
I've got plenty. Take a look. everything's...
There's a nip in the air. Cold won't be good for my... Drops. Never...
You there. You're the one they call Dragonborn. Then it is too late. The lie has already taken root in the hearts of men. So we shall expose to them the falseness in their hearts by tearing out yours, deceiver. When Lord Mirak appears, all shall bear witness. None shall stand to oppose him.
Where'd you come from? You won't...
Get him!
You there. You're the one they call Dragonborn. then it is too late. The lie has already taken root in the hearts of men. So we shall expose to them the falseness in their hearts by tearing out yours, deceiver. When Lord Mirak appears, all shall bear witness. None shall stand to oppose him.
Time to die!
Where'd you come from?
Go cast your fancy magic someplace else.
Well, if it isn't the slayer of the Glenmoral witches, how can I assist you, companion?
Don't suppose you'd enchant my sword. Though the blade can barely cut butter.
What a waste. Divine? Smile on you, friend.
Thank you again for resolving my problem.
Yes? Okay, let's see what you have.
Mama, you're home. Could you give me an allowance? Thanks, Ma.
Mars is such a villain. He can't even stand up to a girl. Take care.
Honor to you, my Thane. I am your sword and your shield.
Thank you again for resolving my...
Hey, watch it!
Northern Maiden is shipshape and ready to go.
The Northern Maiden is shipshape and ready to go.
If you're looking for passage to Solstheim, too bad. I'm not going back there anymore. Surprised you've never heard of it. It's an island northeast of here. Has a small dark elf town called Raven Rock, and a handful of Nords living in Skal Village. But I'm not going back there. There's something wrong about that place. Sure. Yeah, that's me. Why? Who sent you? Now, hold on. That wasn't my fault. I didn't know they were going to attack anybody. I don't even know how I got here. It's hard to explain. I remember those people with the masks coming on board. Then, the next thing I remember, I was here, and they were gone. That's not right, losing whole days like that. There's been something strange going on there for a while. But after this, I'm done. I'm not going back to Solstheim. Have you been listening to me? I'm not going back there. Well, a man's got to make a living after all. Fine. We'll cast off immediately.
I'm no fan of the sun. It would be better than this.
Well, here we are. This is Raven Rock. Can't say I'm all that glad to see it again. Good luck. Maybe you can figure out what's going on around here.
I don't recognize you. So I'll assume this is your first visit to Raven Rock, Outlander. State your intentions. Mirak, I'm not sure. But I do. Just remember, Raven Rock is sovereign territory of House Redoran. This is Morrowind, not Skyrim. While you're here, you will be expected to abide by our laws. Any questions? I have to be. A second counselor The security of Raven Rock is my primary concern. This isn't exactly the city of Blacklight. We're on the frontier out here. We've had more than a fair share of troubles. After all we've been through together, I refuse to let Councillor Morvain down. Councillor Morvain is House Rederin's representative on Solstein. As second councillor, it's my job to support him and make certain his rule is enforced. Raven Rock started out as an imperial settlement. The Empire decided to abandon it, just as my people were first setting foot here. They left the town a shambles. When House Veteran took over, we turned it around and it became ours. And even if it's been a struggle to make this island livable, we're proud to call it home. Your ignorance of our homeland doesn't surprise me. It's the capital of Morrowind. Been that way ever since Mournhold was sacked by the Argonians. I don't visit there often anymore, but we still get the occasional supply ship and visitors from there. Quite a while ago, yes. They cut a bloody swath across most of the southern region of Morrowind. Nobody seems certain why it happened. Attempted expansion, revenge for the enslavement of their people, or perhaps both. Whatever the case may be, thousands of Dunmen needlessly lost their lives. Many more were exiled from their homeland. I'm unsure. I swear I know the name, but I cannot place it. I don't think so. I'm not... The name has something to do with the Earthstone, I think. I'm not sure what. Remember, we are watching you.
May the wind be at your back.
We're starting to wonder what happened.
If you're looking for passage, talk to Captain Gallup.
We were delayed by bad weather. Before you even ask, yes, and the supplies you requested. But what? This load cost me double what we'd agreed on. Nothing I can do about it.
Damn it, Jolland, you know we don't have that much coin.
Look, the East Empire Company didn't give me a choice. They've raised their prices again, and there's nothing I can do about it.
After all these years, they're gouging us for every last drake we have. Let me talk to Laeral. I'll see what we can do.
All right, then. Don't worry about rushing. Just pay me when you can.
The entire gods. Another mouth to feed. You've picked the wrong town to settle, Outlander.
Your visit here will be tolerated as long as you abide by our will. Otherwise, we'll answer.
Misery? I'll give you misery. Try getting assigned to scrape neck scar off the front of the road. If it wasn't for the bulwark, we'd be digging our houses out from beneath the ash by now. Move along. Outlander. Councillor Morvain is the... reason Raven Rock has survived.
A number.
If you need a ride back to the mainland, Jalen's the only way off this rock.
Squatting isn't tolerated in the abandoned buildings. If you need a place to stay, head to the Corner Club. If you're looking for supplies, talk to Feathers. He'll set you up with whatever you need. You lost?
As the wife to the second counselor of Raven Rock, it would be my pleasure to help you any way that I can.
Your visit here will be tolerated as long as you abide by our laws.
On behalf of House
Otherwise,
Redorin
we'll
and as
answer to
Counselor
the
of
Venerable
Raven
God.
Rock, I bid you welcome. Do I? What a strange thing. It sounds so familiar, and yet I cannot place the name. I'm not even sure. I can picture a temple here on Solstheim. Must have been a bad dream. You've never heard? We're the mightiest of the great houses, and we lead the council. The rule... This isn't Skyrim, Outlander. A group of powerful and influential Dunmer families have been ruling Morrow. They embody a council made up of 5 great houses. Telvanni, Dres, Endoril, Sadras, and Redorin. Well, of course, with 4 other houses on the council, our house leads the council by virtue of our preeminence in battle, wisdom, and ancestral glory. Yes, I imagine it would to someone not of our people. If you're interested in pursuing the subject, help yourself to any of the historical volumes in my library.
Remember,
my doors are open if you
we
wish
are
to discuss matters involving...
You look able to venture outside of town. Perhaps you could help me recover something precious that was lost.
Of course, Sindiri. What troubles you?
A few months ago, I had sent an
I'll speak
important
with
folio
Garrett
to
and see
the
if we
first
can't
edition
increase the
bookshop
crop
in the
production
Imperial
this
City
season.
to be rebound. They sent it back to me recently, but it never arrived.
I fear we'll be feasting on ash yams a bit more often this year.
Yes, the strident squall, or something like that. The damn thing sunk right off the coast of Solstheim. Can you imagine?
As if we didn't have enough
One of the
to contend
sailors
with
survived.
already.
Poor thing crawled all the
many
way
did
to
we
Raven
lose
Rock
this
on his
time?
hands and knees.
fortune if
Before he died, he told the Red Wind Guard about the wreck and warned us that it was going to be crawling with reavers.
I don't know what we'd do without him.
Thank
Send him my thanks.
You have no idea how much it hurts losing such a precious heirloom. My husband is second counselor, so I certainly have the means to reward you if you find my folio.
We've got... If you find yourself in the ash wastes, keep your oars to the ground. Ash spawn like to spring up from nowhere.
What now?
There's nothing. They serve the best sujama I've ever tasted over the wretched Nesh. Worth every coin.
If you intend to wander Solstein, you do so at your own risk.
This is House Redoran territory. You do well to remember that.
You haven't seen Cresius Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again. No, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe. I'm talking about an ancient Nordic pickaxe. They don't exactly grow on trees, you know. I prefer to handle these things on my own. Look, if you see Cresius, tell him to give me that pickaxe back, and I'll pay you for the trouble. Well, it's been a long time since someone from the guilds bothered to make their way out here. So tell me, how's my brother Delvin? Still spending his nights at the Ragged Flagon trying to win Vex's heart? Good to hear. Tam Layabout never even bothers to send his own flesh and blood a letter saying how he's doing. Can you imagine? Anyway, I suppose you're looking for work. Well, I got bad news. This place is drier than a damn bone. Eager to make some coin, eh? That's the spirit. I'll tell you what. The guild's got a problem out here that I've been trying to deal with for years, but haven't been able to handle. Don't look at me like that. I'm all alone out here, with no one to watch my back. And besides, it's really my problem anyway. I caused it. A fellow Breton who went by the name Esmond Tyne showed up on my doorstep about a fortnight ago. He noticed the shadow marks like you did, and I thought he was one of us. That he did, right out from under my nose. Can you believe it? It's my own formula for improved bone mold. Took me years to perfect. Well, before he ran off, he was talking some nonsense about trying to fence goods to the weaklings at Castle Karstag. I told him he was crazy to even think about talking to those vicious little buggers, but he wouldn't listen. I'd bet a fat purse of coin that he's either dead or hiding out up there. You do that, and I'll make sure you're set up right. You won't be disappointed. A fine question, and the one that I hear most often from visitors to our town. I wish I had a more romantic tale to tell, but I was simply seeking my fortune. Besides, knowing how to repair bone mold armor wasn't very useful. I had a friend over there, a dark elf named Van Rife, a very talented armor. Spent a lot of time with the guy swapping smithing techniques. Learned a heck of a lot, including how to repair bone. After he moved on to greener pastures, I decided to pack up, move out here, and put those lessons to the test. Been here ever since. It's the only tool tough enough to crack Stalrim. Not many of those beauties left in the world. Forging, the one Cresius borrowed came from the Skull village up north. I, traded them some goods for it. Calling Stalrim an ore is like calling mud. Some folks say it's enchanted ice, but I think there's more to it than that. I don't think I've come across more than a chunk or two in my lifetime, and smithing's my trade. If you're looking to learn more, you should head over to the Skull village. Someone there's bound to know more about it than I do. Calling Stalrim an ore is... Some folks say it's enchanted ice, but I don't think I've come across more than... If you're looking to learn more, you should head over to the Skull village. Someone there's bound to know more about it than I do. You tell Cresius he better give that pickaxe back to me, or else...
You need to talk some sense into your husband.
Can't get blood from a stone. As it is, we can barely make ends meet.
That isn't my problem.